What's going on, guys? Devil Artemis here. Guys, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to start with your own abridged content. Now, a lot of individuals already know how it sort of works. A lot of people don't, and I apologize in advance if this video is kind of unorganized or a little bit sloppy. I am not really good with tutorials. I haven't really done any. This would probably be, like, I guess, my first tutorial in terms of video editing. For video games, I usually script my tutorials and stuff like that. But I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your own abridged content. It's very sad to hear that Team 4-Star might be ending Dragon Ball Z Abridged, so I feel like the abridging community shouldn't die, or that, you know, they shouldn't be hurt by the fact that Team 4-Star is leaving, because there are a lot of talented voice actors and a lot of talented people who can create an abridged series. So I'm going to show you guys how I do what I do. First things first, I use Sony Vegas. This is Sony Vegas Pro 13, I believe, that I use. And the very first thing you want to do is you want to get down your three principles. All right, you want your audio, you want your footage, and then you want your music or ambience or background noise, whatever. Once you have your audio set up, that's the most important part. And I recorded a pre-made line right here before I started this tutorial. This is what I said in the line as Perfect Cell.
But why are my nipples moist?
So he's asking why are his nipples moist. He's asking why his nipples are moist. I am not too sure why I picked that line.
But why are my nipples moist?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I didn't even know he had nipples. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to make mouth flaps to this. So what you want to do is you want to get your footage. I went on YouTube and I grabbed this video, okay? And then what I did is I went into the actual video and I used the footage to find the mouth flaps that I wanted. You're going to look for 3 mouth flaps. There are 3 key frames that you need. You need a fully closed mouth flap. You need a halfway open mouth flap. I believe, hold on. This one right here is halfway open. And then you need a fully open mouth flap. Once you screenshot all 3 of them, you see these three images up here, 218, 219, and 220. These are my keyframes. These are the screenshots that I'm going to be using to mouth flap the audio. So first thing I do is I have one video layer, right, which is at the bottom, okay? And I extend that to the full length of my audio. So if my audio was shorter, if it was here, I would go ahead and extend my closed mouth flap to the length of the actual audio. Then what I want to do is I want to get the halfway open mouth flap, and I want to make it a single frame. So for me to do that, I have to zoom all the way in. I need to cut it and make it as small as possible. This is as small. This is one single frame right here. This is as small as Sony Vegas will let you. And this is a half open mouth flap. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab the fully open mouth flap, okay? And this one, what I usually do is I leave it very, very long and I cut. I press S to split. I cut as I go along. So what I do is I copy the halfway open mouth flap and then I start matching with the audio. This half open mouth flap, it serves the purpose of starting the motion. It's an in-between frame, so it goes in between the closed and the fully open. You want it to start and also finish a motion. So you can do it in the beginning. Sometimes you can completely skip it in the beginning and add it in the end. But if we don't add this, it doesn't look natural and it looks a bit more unprofessional. So you definitely want to be using the halfway open mouth flap to make things look more fluid. And then basically all you do is you match it to the audio. So I'm going to go ahead and match it to the audio live so you guys can see how I do this.
But what?
So he says but. That's the very first word.
What?
So it ends right here, okay? Now I have the option of adding that mouth flap at the end to make it look more natural, or not. I don't have to. But I'm going to go ahead and not do that. I'm going to leave this one empty real quick.
But
because he says it very quickly. It's not a very long but. It's a very quick one.
But what?
And then for the next word he says why.
Why are?
So I'm gonna add
why?
Instead of just the scene going from directly closed to directly open, I'm gonna add a half open frame right there to make the transition smooth.
Why are?
So why is ending right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in another half mouth frame right there to make the transition from fully open to closed very smooth.
Why are?
And then same thing here.
Are my?
Are. Whoops. Are. In this one, I'm going to use an example. For this one, actually, what you don't need to do... Wait, what the heck is wrong with this? Okay. Ooh. Hold on. What's going on? This is what I want. Sorry. For this one, you want to actually, you can actually skip the intro, right? And you can put it at the end.
Are my
Okay. Are my
nipple
my oh, I see. I'm pressing a button by accident. My split
nipple
nipples and then
moist.
So moist starts with an M, so obviously he needs to have his mouth closed.
Moist.
So around halfway around here is when I start closing it off. And then I think we should be good. Let's see.
But why are my nipples moist?
So let's check it out one more time. Up close.
But why are my nipples moist?
So I don't know how it looks in the actual video as I'm recording it. So at the end of this video, I'm going to play it again for you guys to see in real time. I'm sorry, no, this is real time. I'm going to play it for you guys to see after it's been rendered.
But why are my nipples moist?
But hopefully this has shown you guys how it actually looks, how you do it, how you edit mouth flaps. Now you might encounter a problem where the animation itself, the footage that you're using, that footage it's an animation, so sometimes they're unbalanced.
But
like
why are my
the frame starts to stutter.
But why are my nipples?
It's stuttering.
But why are my nipples moist?
It's hard to tell, but it's stuttering. So what you want to do, another thing that you can do, is you can mask. At least in Sony Vegas, you can do that. So you open up your event tab right here, and you're gonna select this mask right here, and you're gonna cut around the actual mouth. So the only thing that's going to appear, okay, if I were to isolate this layer right here, is the mouth, okay? But since it's on top of the closed mouth area, okay, and if I were to do the same for here, now we're to mask this area, the back image, which is the closed mouth one, will always remain still. There won't be a stutter.
But why?
See, so when he first says "but why," when he says "but," it won't stutter, and then the rest will stutter.
But why are my nipples moist?
It's a small noticeable thing, you know, but it makes your project look a lot more professional if you do that.
But why are my nipples moist?
So it's really worth it in the end if you take the extra step to mask the actual mouth flaps instead of just leaving them with the whole stutter inside of it and stuff like that. Hopefully this horrible tutorial showed you guys at least a little bit on how you can do mouth flaps in Sony Vegas at least. I know Team 4-Star, I think they use like Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro or something like that. Yeah, they use Final Cut Pro or something like that. I don't know. But I use Sony Vegas Pro 13. If you guys use Sony Vegas, this is how I do my mouth flap edits and stuff like that. And this is how I do my Abridged series. But yeah, guys, hopefully today's tutorial helped you out. If you guys want to see more Dragon Ball Z parodies and more Abridged content, please subscribe to the channel. And of course, give this video a like. I'm Double Artemis, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.